Hey everyone, first of all, I want to greet all of you a happy new year. I hope all of us will have a prosperous and blessed year. Our first video for this year is based on the winner of the poll I created a couple of weeks ago. And yes, let's get right into how you can make your PowerPoint presentation aesthetic, 8 ways to improve your presentation. The first tip is to have a theme or color palette for your slide presentation. This will make your presentation cohesive, show professionalism, and it shows that you really gave time to do it. You can use a minimalist theme, beige or neutral, pastel, etc. Next is to use pre-made backgrounds from the internet. So if you are short on time but want to make your presentation like you give a lot of effort, you can use background photos from Pinterest or other sites. This will also save you time instead of doing the background design manually, like adding shapes and some more elements. Third is to play with shapes but be consistent with them. Think first if you plan to use curves or irregular shapes for your entire presentation or use those sharp edges and corners shape. Once you choose the vibe you want to achieve, apply it to your presentation so this will make it more cohesive. Unlike in this example, if you use different shapes, it will look all over the place, but this still depends on the theme or design you want. Fourth tip is to use animations or GIFs to have some movement on the slide. This is very useful if you're creating a presentation for kids so they can interact and pay more attention to your slides if you have animations. Just make sure that those GIFs related to the topic you're tackling and that you look for those that are still within your theme. Use pro-looking or high-definition photos. If you want to add images to your presentation, make sure it is not pixelated and it is clear. Avoid placing images that don't have a nice resolution. So I suggest going to unsplash.com since they have pro photos for free that you can incorporate into your slides. And I believe other websites have excellent images too. And another tip here is that when resizing, do not use the sides to adjust. Instead, use the corners so the image will not be stretched. But if it is bigger than the area you want to place the photo, you can just crop the unnecessary parts. Next is do not overdo or make the designs overpower this slide. As I've mentioned previously, you can add animations, photos, and other elements to your slides, but be mindful that you will not overdo it. Avoid adding unnecessary elements and only add those that are important for your audience to understand what you're talking about. And you have to think if adding additional features will impact your presentation, and if not, just skip that one. Don't make those elements overpower the message or texts on your presentation. Seventh is to spread or distribute the elements in your slides. Avoid placing them on the one side only, on which there will be imbalance and will not be somewhat symmetrical with regards to the distribution of elements on your slide. But this depends on the theme or vibe you're aiming for. So if there are blank spaces, you can adjust some other elements or adjust the font size of the texts. And the last tip is to have a maximum of 3 different slide transitions. But for me, the safe spot would be around 1 to 2 transitions. This will make your slide cohesive. And yes, there will be a routine for how the next slide will proceed or pop up. Avoid using transitions that do not fit your theme. Like for example, you're doing a business presentation, yet you use those curtain or origami transitions, which does not really resonate with your presentation. So just use simple transitions only. And yes, those are some ways on how you can make your presentation aesthetic and pro-looking. And I also have a previous video about this, so you can check it out if you want to have additional ideas. I hope my tips will help you to improve your next presentation. And yes, that is all. Thank you so much guys for watching, and see you on my next video. Happy New Year!